Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Throw these money trees, go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to a Friday where I've spent the entire week not shooting my girlfriend in the foot. Now, don't have a girlfriend, thus there is no foot to shoot. Thus, I can't be Tory Lanez in Africa. This is the MKT Show. And I'm just letting people know what's in my heart. And in my heart is, I don't want a girlfriend to be shot. Certainly not by me. And I'd like to think I'm not alone in that. Hey, unless you're Tory Lanez, I mean, I'm with Paulo Diaz. I mean, I don't know what Paulo's policy is on girlfriend shooting at all. And then I don't know what Paulo's policy is on girlfriend shooting in a car, because Paulo doesn't have a girlfriend. He's a married man. And I don't think he shot his girlfriend because she married you.
You're from the Eastern Cape originally, aren't you?
My dad is, yes.
Your dad is, right?
Yeah.
PE or Calbra now, right?
No, the rurals.
Not even in town.
Yeah.
Every week there is a spousal killing in that place.
Really?
Nuts. If somebody goes missing, guaranteed, spouse, husband, girlfriend, that has something to do with it.
It's too far.
So many there. So many.
That's too far.
I don't know what's going on there. Makes me afraid.
Well, I do know what's going on there. Xhosa's. Listen, I am Xhosa. They are. You've got to be ready for the dynamics at play with Xhosa people at all times. Like, if you hear Xhosa conflict, don't try and apply logic, because there are factors at play there that Western science hasn't figured out yet, and I don't think there's a template for it. Being Xhosa myself, I'll just let you know, we don't operate the same.
The other side of it is a lot of white trash, and I don't think you need to explain that. You just trailer trash.
Yeah.
Going after somebody's got a funeral plan and somebody wants that money.
Now, I mean, let's start there. That's a great place. For those who don't know, there was a family member and they killed their own family for that plan. I mean, it happens all the time, but there's a really big story. Whatever happened to that whole thing where she got her, was it husband or brother killed? The most recent one? There's
always something like that. And what fascinates me about those, whenever people try, listen, let me tell you something. Don't mess with Discovery. Discovery never lose. They never lose. You can get your points, you can do your watches, you can, whatever you do, you cannot game their system.
Yeah.
They know. That's what actuaries do.
Yes.
And 9 out of 10 times in these cases, Discovery smell the rat before the cops smell the rat. The cops don't even know there are rats. They haven't seen what a rat is. They don't understand the concept of this creature. Discovery are like, whoa. There is somebody trying to pull off a scam here.
Yep.
We're on top. So my advice to you, if you're going after a policy and it's Discovery, don't. Like, maybe mess with somebody else.
Yes.
Don't mess. There's a reason that their new office block is an actual city-sized block. You don't mess with those guys. Don't mess with them.
People are saying that's actually Elon Musk's second rocket. The Discovery's new building is the second rocket that's being prepared for liftoff.
Could be.
Adrian Gore, he doesn't mess around.
No, so if you're planning on spousal murders, maybe a foot shooting.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know what your plan would cover. Would it cover it's accidental? Who does what? I don't know.
Is it both feet? Is it 1 foot? Are you Tory Lanez? Now, what they're going to have to do, you know how with Bosman, the Bosman ruling,
right?
We're now going to need, in all romance, we're going to need a Lanez ruling.
All right.
Like, you know what I mean? He shot Megan Thee Stallion in both feet in his car.
You know, I feel sorry for Jean-Marc Bosman. I think it was his name.
Yeah.
See, to my point.
Yeah.
Is it no longer called the Bosman law? Remember in the beginning it was called doing a Bosman? It's gone now.
Now it's just...
He was a Hoover, he was an earbud. It's gone now.
That's awesome. At a stage, if you're South African, you Colgate. You know what I'm saying? All right. Today, I'll tell you, we are doing the Friday Five. Steven Gerrard, James's hero. I'm not sure if he prefers Jurgen Klopp, who used to look like James. Obviously, no glasses now. That's a whole situation. And then we'll do social media. And then Flip Funamaver will join us probably from an airport because he's going to go support the boys. And then, if you haven't heard, Harry Kane's brother has been defended by Harry Kane for how he's handled the Man City thing.
Surprise.
Shocker.
Surprise.
Anyway, that's what's coming up.
They're like the super boring version of Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
What's Emilio Estevez like? He's the Mighty Duck man, obviously we know that. Well, what's his vibe? Has he been in controversy? I know he's been broke because he tried to invest in films and he's pretty quiet, eh?
Compared to Charlie.
Yeah.
compared to Charlie.
Compared to Charlie, in fairness, come on now.
There you go.
All right, Tracy Bart says, the Devilsdorp insurance fraud rat was sniffed out a mile away by the Discovery guys.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I started putting it all together. Tracy, good observation. Because Devilsdorp were getting away literally with murder.
Yeah.
Until they bring in shot, soft focus, darkly lit room.
Yes.
The Discovery Insurance investigator.
Yeah.
Then you knew. That's the point. You knew the whole house of devil cards came falling down. I should have said a whole house of tarot cards. Are they the same thing? I don't know.
Pretty much.
I don't know such thing.
Pretty much.
You knew. Once Discovery involved, once Discovery sniff.
Yeah.
I try to cheat Discovery.
And?
You know, you can put your watch in the tumble dryer.
Yeah.
It knows it's not steps. What do you think you're going to get away with murder?
No, you can't.
The idiots in the room laughing at that. They've all done it.
I never thought I'd have to answer this question. I never thought this would be a question I'd have to answer. The fact that Discovery know that your whirlpool is not actually you walking around with Gladys and the girls at the parkrun.
Look, I mean, the best is I do try to keep fit, but you get to a point when you're trying to pay off your device, your watch.
Yes.
That it's like, oh my God, this is 900 points a week. You have a busy week.
I'm with you.
You work. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Eventually you get to a point, you take the watch, you put it in like a zipped up towel, you put it in the tumble dryer, hope for the best.
That's incredible. Well, what about the classic strap it to your dog?
Yeah, I've never heard that one work. I saw a hack that they said put it on a fan. That's just illogical. Putting it in the tumble dryer does kind of work. It gets you a couple. Oh, I just let out to Discovery.
No, that's fine.
They're gonna be waiting for me outside.
No, but they already know.
They know.
They mine it.
They know I'm
you
doing
think
this.
you're earning the points? They're like, no, that's his tumble dryer. We know exactly.
They know I'm doing this.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Bolo Makisi's down the hill.
Now that is a term that hasn't been used in over 30 years. Bolo Makisi's. See, if James was a good Afrikaans guy, he would have jumped straight on.
You know what I'm
He has
doing.
no clue what you're talking about.
Nothing.
Because it's not vibes. All right. Tracy Bart says also the Jade Panayatu, very Greek there, murder. Her husband had her murdered. A, he had a new lover, and B, I think there was an insurance scam involved. Now that's also the PE thing, by the way.
That's also the PE.
Yeah,
thing,
I remember that one. Whoa.
Tracy, I think you and my wife must talk. Because this sounds like lots of conspiracy theory people going on.
Oh, is your lady into it?
Oh no, she loves it. She suspects foul play.
You know what?
Constantly.
I want to get into ladies and then being into those shows after this. Okay, it's the MKT show. We're supposed to be a sports show, but there's something far more important. Ladies love murder. Anything with murder, they'll watch it, dissect it, they'll write it down, and then they'll tell you she saw a guy at the mall who might be stalking her because she watched a documentary 3 years ago. We're going to talk about all of that and much, much more on the other side. I'm back on carbs now. I wasn't doing carbs for probably about a year and a half. But then Brad, my trainer, physiologist, said, get back on the carbs, pal.
Good carbs, the good carbs.
No, I mean, I'm obviously not eating nonsense.
Right.
Wheat pasta from from Woolworths. But even then, I'm probably going to upgrade from that. Wellness Warehouse. We're talking about levels here. You know what I mean?
You got to do it.
Yeah. So got to get back on the carbs. So James, you're on carbs. I mean, you're a guy. You're a gym guy now. What are we doing there? You doing?
I try and avoid carbs.
What's the story?
Because, well, I mean, not all carbs.
But you're a half marathon guy now.
Well, yeah, yet to be determined.
But what do you mean?
Say one.
What do you
more
mean
time?
yet to be determined? I thought we were doing it.
Well, it's a conversation for another time. But
Whoa! No! This is the perfect place for this conversation. I thought you'd committed to doing a half marathon in January. Or what is this? Are you jilting me at the altar? Julia Roberts, by the way, in a movie, Runaway Bride. Not the worst rom-com I've ever seen.
I've heard a lot about that movie, actually.
From who?
No, I mean, it just comes up a lot in...
Where?
Like,
you see, I've caught you out as a liar here. Where?
It's a big pop culture reference.
I think it could be a scary foreboding if your fiance talks a lot about Runaway Bride.
That's
I would worry. I'd worry if my girlfriend or wife or especially leading up to marriage talks a lot about Runaway Bride.
Yes, like now, what if James's lady is saying all the time, one of my heroes
Julia Roberts.
Is Julia Roberts in Runaway Bride. It's the best movie I've ever seen.
You got to suspect brides. Like brides, now sneakers are part of, everyone wears sneakers now.
Yeah.
When a bride's wearing sneakers, right? You can understand sneakers for later in the day.
Yes.
But why has the bride got access to sneakers?
Why is she saying, let's have a running themed wedding? I don't mind wearing the white dress, but why does she need to be in Asics?
Even worse, Asics, you know she's running. Sneakers, she's sneaking away.
Oh my word.
Sneakers are the perfect shoe for sneaking. Hence, sneakers.
This is incredible. Now, James, are you hearing a lot about it from your lady? You see, Paolo's wisdom of having been in what one might call a long-term relationship, ipso facto, ends up in marriage.
Well, look at this top-down camera. Where's this thing coming from?
No, it's a new world.
Is that a live thing?
No, it's... We
oh my God! If you're on the podcast, you are missing out.
No. This is a visual experience.
You got to. This is spider cam stuff.
Yeah. No, we want our viewers to constantly have an experience. This show cannot stay the same.
This is what my hot neighbor must feel like when I fly the drone over her house when she's swimming.
Well, that's different. I mean, flying. Oh boy.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's... Yeah, so James, Runaway Bride. I mean, I just want to finish that off. Where are you hearing a lot about, when was that movie? Late 90s, early noughties?
After Pretty Woman, before Pelican Brief.
Now, let's talk about Pretty Woman. Richard Gere, I met him in Cape Town. Very, very chilled out guy in real life. You seen that movie, James?
I have seen Pretty Woman, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You astound me every day. I would have thought you wouldn't have seen a classic like that.
It's about prostitutes, so here's all over it. As a prostitute with a heart of gold. God damn it! You lied to me again, Mr. Video. Damn you! I don't want to see a rom-com.
These assholes, prostitution. I'll take 2. And it turns out... All right, so Runaway Bride, huh, James? All right, look out for that. Anyway, that's excellent. Now, James, just one more that you... If you say this, James, we might as well end the show. There's no ways you've seen Mannequin, huh?
No,
okay, all right, that would have been too much. That would have been too much. There's no way James has seen Mannequin.
Love story for the ages.
Are you kidding me? James, again, what's the other movie I said you must watch with your lady? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's be very aware. James does not take advice from me. I once said to him, take your lady on a picnic, and he said, get the hell out of here. I'm going to do nothing, rather. Instead of taking my lady for a picnic, MKT can get the hell out of here. I'm doing nothing. So, James, are you joking right now? If you bring home, mannequin, some strawberries, I don't know what your lady's into. You know the little touches. You know, you've been with her longer than I have, because I've never actually met her. So you know what she likes. But mannequin, James, you're going to be holding hands for the next 10 years with her.
No, dude, we've been through this. It can't be holding hands. I can't even see her until the day of the wedding.
I forget, Afrikaans burqa lady. I forget that she's that.
But that being said,
yeah.
Mannequin, so obviously there's like cult rom-com romance movie classics, right? Which is
are you aware, do you know what rom-com stands for?
Romance comedy.
Some people might say romantic comedy, but okay, yeah, romance.
Anyway,
yeah.
So there's these cult classics like The Notebook and Pretty Woman kind of.
The Notebook's slightly overrated, but okay.
But still, okay, so wait, my question is, all of these cult classics in this genre is what did you say, Mannequin? Maniac?
Mannequin top class. It is what it is, right?
So Mannequin is in that whole pool of movies,
right? Listen, at this stage, I'll hand over to my reporter from the field, Paulo Diaz, the expert on films. Paulo, Mannequin, go ahead.
I like to think of myself as a purveyor of 80s films, specifically, and Mannequin is one of the classics, right? So, James, what happens? Kim Cattrall from Sex and the City, the slutty one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Early days, nobody knows who she is. She is a department store mannequin. Store gets hit by lightning. She comes to life. Falls in love. Andrew McCarthy. And they have little liaisons every night. Fall in love. Somebody tries to move the mannequin. 80s shenanigans. This stuff always happens. This is how you describe an 80s movie. There are two people. Lightning strike. Shenanigans. They live happily ever after.
Title of the movie really fits the synopsis.
No,
really
100%.
Well.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Because we've all, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We don't want to be the guy's show, right? We don't want to be boys.
No, it's a new age. It's a new time.
But we've all been in a department store and looked just a little bit too long at the mannequin. You know what I mean? And they try to make them less attractive now. Have you noticed?
I have noticed.
They don't have faces. Their heads are like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're like...
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, if you're not paying attention, those mannequins seem very real out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah, we've all had a moment. I don't get... If you've not had a moment with the mannequin, you lie.
You're a liar.
You know, you've all had like... okay. Still would, but... if you got struck by lightning. I'm just saying what everyone's thinking.
No,
if your mannequin's Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, I mean, are you kidding?
What I'm saying.
No. Hey, as the young kids say, enough said. All right, hey, Mannequin, it's an all-timer. It's one to watch. Paula's giving you the synopsis. And boy, oh boy, repressed memories regarding Mannequin when I went to get shorts when I was 11. A real thing.
Or mannequins. Suddenly, maybe you need a little bit more space in the front. We don't want to be that show. But this is part of growing up and it's a beautiful experience.
So I used to work with a firecracker called Andrew Fulton, speaking of mannequins, and she's just one of the most incredible humans ever. She is living in Canada now, so probably has become the most softest person in the world, like most Canadians and Betty people. But she used to, at the retail store I used to work at Gone Skiing, and the owner, and his name really is Peter Piper, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, no, that's his real name, Peter Piper, the Don King of snowboarding in Africa. But she used to stuff a sock, and it's quite a serious shop because the clientele in skiing is hoity-toity.
Yeah, listen, that's I've seen.
Yeah,
I've seen ski pants.
Exactly, you know what they cost. So, but Angie would actively on a weekend when it was just like, I'm talking like 400,000 Rand sale weekend or Saturday, she would stuff socks down the front. The owner of the shop would constantly be taking it out, and we just thought it was hysterical. So what the point you were making is it holds. Because there was Angie stuffing the ski socks down the front.
And did it impact on sales?
Like people found it hysterical.
That's what I'm saying. People love a lol.
I do like to laugh.
I love a lol.
Kim Cattrall. All-timer, huh? Has she become weird, Hollywood weird?
Yeah, she become Hollywood weird, but that's, par for the course. I think you come in being small town girl,
Yeah.
and then you become Hollywood weird. I mean,
Because that show changed everything. That show,
really did.
Felicity, they really were woman power, women being, the protagonist, changed everything. Because everyone wanted to be a Carrie or whatever her name was.
everyone's like
I'm such a Carrie.
But that's why I prefer, and just as we came into this, we were talking about women watching like murder shows, and things like that.
Yes.
I actually prefer this evolution because, look, I'll be honest, my wife has said, I know how to kill you and get away with it.
What?
She told me. She said, I'd know how to kill you and get away with it. Don't want to,
Yeah.
but I have the information. And every time she watches, everything she watches is about spousal murder. Like, what happened to her husband? She killed him. Oh, but no one knows. No, they've discovered she hid the body. She disintegrated it.
Wow.
She fed it to the dogs. It's like, wait,
Yeah. Like, why are you on season 19 of the same story?
of this, why is the pause button on the remote so worn out? What are you watching? You're watching with subtitles on and taking down notes. What is screen grabs?
Yeah.
This is a mess.
So now, what are you thinking there, Paolo? You probably need a bunker now, because if your lady's watching that much, naturally, as soon as you do the next thing to tick her off in, say, 4 years' time.
Don't tick her off, firstly.
Yeah.
And always, if she gives you something to drink it first. I'm not saying I distrust her.
No.
I'm just saying the case evidence proves she knows how to poison. Slowly.
James, you ever thought about your lady
With glass. There was one she told me that they were hiding little shards of ground up glass. So what they do is in the guy's water with his medication, they'd like grind on the cheese grater, grate glass into it.
What?
Over years, and bit by bit, eventually the glass killed him. That is slow burn. That is slow burn. Why did you know this?
Wait, was that a lady doing it to her dude?
A woman did it to her husband over years. Like, how much must you hate the guy? And he was always complaining, going to the doctor. They could never find anything.
This is, but ladies, like, I want to tell you, right, is guys are pretty bad. Like, they're pretty basic, even at being evil. It's like Adolf. Like, it's very much in your
Axe,
face. Yeah,
in the head.
like axe, die. I want to oppress you. Ladies do like, even my friends, people I consider my friends, my female friends, some of the stuff they suggest for guys they hate or for girls they hate and stuff they've done, like the people I'm like, how do you think that long term?
Yeah.
Like, as a dude, I'm just like, oh, yes, I hate that oak. I wish I'd punch him in the face. I either punch him in the face or he's out of my life. Not for the ladies. Like you say, poison him with glass.
Over years. Have you ever seen a woman do an Excel spreadsheet? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wait, take me into this.
Well, but that's the thing. They've got tabs. They've got things that open here.
Color coding.
They click that. It opens this thing. That's the level of planning.
Jeez.
My wife loves a spreadsheet.
Thoughts and prayers to you and your family.
She's got a spreadsheet somewhere, just in case. Password protected, just in case.
Like,
I'm convinced.
You know what you should do at this stage? I'm not, obviously, your wife, I would imagine, excellent. Maybe it's worth having 5 friends that know her favorite places in the world. I'm just saying, because I'm not saying she's going to do it, but we need to be ready. 3 years ago, if I said to you, you're going to have to wear a mask to buy avocados.
That's what I'm saying.
You would have said, you're nuts.
That's what I'm saying.
So here we are. James, look out for your lady poisoning you with your glass. I'm just saying, I mean, you don't need to really respond to that.
I know you said I don't have to, but I would poison me.
With glass?
I'm annoying, dude. I would poison me. If I had to spend time with me for extended period, I would poison me.
Who is this guy?
Just like that, dude. Honestly.
Really, huh? How would you...
He's owning the narrative.
That's control. This is what I was trying to tell Ryan. Paulo, not sure if you have been updated. Ryan went away to Cape Town, obviously.
Oh, I saw the pictures.
He's come back.
And the videos.
And so he won't spill the beans. It's kind of like being like James. Wait, you didn't hear the story last week, Paulo. Oh my goodness, you've missed out on so much. And we have to catch up because I do need responses from you for both stories. Now, James told us about a story, and it's an old story, but a new story. He was in Dubai. A lady messaged him. She said, we need to talk.
Right.
Blah, blah,
that
blah.
Story,
all right, so you know that far. But
for new listeners, basically got broken up with while he's in Dubai.
Well,
in a nutshell.
James, would you say you were broken up with while in Dubai, or you were talking? I mean, I don't want to speak for you.
Did we break up in Dubai?
Well, while you were in Dubai, because
Yeah.
she obviously wasn't there. She said that. So, did you do the breaking up in Dubai, or did you actually come back and the breaking up was done on South African soil? We just need to be clear. It's small detail, but it matters, you know.
No. When I came back,
Okay.
it happened, but It was one of those messages where you just knew where it was going, and
So essentially you were.
So you knew it was coming, right?
yeah.
Then did you just go, well, it's over, I'm just single guy in Dubai?
Now. See, that James, what are we saying there? Whoa.
Were you single guy in Dubai or were you crying guy in Dubai?
Now, James, listen, since you won't answer the important part, and I will reveal that to Paolo, I think that's a small detail now, which I hadn't asked. Paolo, big brain, he's been in the media game a lot longer than me. Now, James, were you single guy in Dubai following that message? Are you willing to reveal those details? Would those compromise any relationships you have now, knowing what you'd be like if you send a message, I need to talk, but you do need to answer the question. Do not worry about your current relationship.
So
you should.
I was with my family, so no, I wasn't Mr. Single Guy in Dubai. I was more of a ball of mess when everyone's asleep kind of vibe, but then pretend everything's okay during the day kind of thing.
Single guy adjacent.
Single guy adjacent.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Single guy adjacent next to the ledge.
Next to the tub, or like what's it around the toilet? Have you ever been sick where you've like curled up around the toilet bowl? Were you that guy? Now, were you staying? Because Paolo, you've opened up a whole new world, and I know we're a sports show, and there is actually a segment that should happen on Fridays, but this is far more important. James, were you staying in the room with your family, or were your parents? Did they put you all in your own rooms?
We were I was in a room with my older brother. And then my younger brother and my parents were in the same room.
So was it 2 single beds next, or double beds or whatever in one hotel room?
Yeah.
So now you're sobbing where now? Did you have to go downstairs to the bar?
So alcohol wasn't really an outlet because A, I'm underage, and B, you don't find happiness at the bottom of a bottle. Okay?
Children.
I mean,
that being said, though, I had to pick my moments.
Where? But give us, where did criers go? Bathroom? Give us some hints here. People are in pain, and there's a pandemic out here. Where are you crying? So give me the 2 spots. So your brother goes, James, I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna go do. What would you do? Go to the bathroom and cry it out, or?
So that's the thing. Like I didn't want to be that guy and be like, I'm gonna ruin everyone's holiday while my life has just come to an end. I know it's dramatic. It's what it felt like at the time.
No, it's still dramatic. I mean, it doesn't justify anything.
But yeah, I don't know if I didn't answer your question.
No, you didn't. Where were you crying? Because these are good hints. Listen, I may have my heart broken. I need to know where to cry.
You need a heart first.
Oh my God. Robin Badger says, James, so sorry, I have been there. Well, Robin, you don't know because James isn't telling us where he was crying. I imagine Robin means the pain of being dumped via text. But so James, you're not going to tell us where you're crying, huh? You were just trying to make it not a nightmare for your family.
Yeah, that was the main thing. I genuinely just didn't want to ruin the holiday for everyone.
Yeah, but that's
what a guy James is.
That's tough. That's tough. I'm in Dubai. I just got dumped, and now it's also hard because those types of things with your mom and father, the way they work so hard. It's so hard for you, and also I'm pretty sure your mom could pick up the vibes because they were working so hard. It's like they never probably got a holiday, It was just like, okay, this is family time. Now the better Ilsley brother probably about to move to Vietnam. So there's all those dynamics. It was probably one of those holidays like, we're about to lose one of our sons for being one of the greatest humans and going to Vietnam. Hey, James, that's big of you. But now, Paolo, Ryan went away, comes back, right? Yesterday, Ryan wouldn't tell us whether he met, because he's trying to move his life from single to it's complicated right now with anybody. Actually, the way Ryan's rolling, I mean, he's got no plan. He's out there whiling out. People thought he was a producer for J-Lo on the beach in Cape Town, so it kind of got him. So on the beach, he went there. He's got a nightmare of 5 weddings coming up. His friends are putting a lot of peer pressure on him to get a date for those weddings. I said you should have 5 different dates. Anyway, the ladies on the beach, which he didn't notice because Ryan doesn't objectify women, but anyway, it just so happened that they ended up in a hen party, him and his friends, because he didn't. It happens. What you gonna do? Anyway, he's now going to another wedding. Those ladies invited him to their wedding, and Ryan won't spill the beans whether he's going on a date or not. And James kind of put him in a bit of a situation yesterday. So, Ryan, are you feeling more ready to open up because Paolo's here? about whether you're going on a date with one of the ladies you met on the beach or not?
No, I said everything I need to say yesterday.
So, Paul, let's
I have more weddings to plan for. It's becoming expensive.
Expensive, huh?
Yeah.
How do you put a price on love, though, right? What if you meet the love of your life?
No, well, it's when you...
Please.
The love's not falling on me. The love is on other people. I just have to go watch other people. I have to be an audience member.
Sorry, James, what was that? Hey, what was that, James?
How do you put a price on?
Oh, no, we can't hear you. I don't know what's going on there.
Welcome.
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome.
Go ahead. Oh, I was welcome muting you.
You're welcome.
Oh, hilarious.
I said, how do you put a price on love?
Isn't that sweet, James?
Pretty Woman did it.
No, James hasn't seen that movie. He's a liar. This morning he tried to tell me he's seen another classic. What was the movie you said you'd seen? Coming to America.
I have seen Coming to America.
Yeah, that's what you say. I'm starting to believe you less
Off
and
the
less.
top of your head, one quote from Coming to America.
It's a swearing scene, and it's one of the most famous ones where he stands
Okay, got it.
looking out the window and he says, "Good morning, my neighbors," and then they swear at him, and then he repeats the swear because he doesn't know what it means.
What band does Randy and Sexual Chocolate sing?
Say it one more time.
Sexual Chocolate, when
Yeah.
they're at their benefit. What song did they sing?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, unbelievable. I told you this guy.
I
It's a rank amateur.
That boy good. That boy good.
Yeah.
That boy good.
Also, putting a price on love. I think the people in Cape Town had a pretty good shot at it.
They put a price on everything down.
Yeah.
They will put a price on everything. Now, Ryan, you do need to be careful. Once the sharks get you, they will get you. They'll drag you out into... Remember, the sharks can swim in the deep blue. Those ladies in Cape Town, they'll drag you out there, Ryan. You'd better have your water wings, pal. And by that, I mean a credit card. Maybe mortgage out your house on a second mortgage, pal. Woo-wee! Cape Town ladies, they'll get you. They'll get you. All right, well, that's those are two people who don't want to share romantic stories. Now, James in the mire still, obviously. Not sure how that's affecting his current relationship because he's still holding on to a Dubai situation. Ryan is unable to get into a situation because he won't open up about it. And hey, I'm just a good guy trying to be here for these guys, you know?
I just hate to be dating right now.
Oh,
God, I'd hate it. I'd hate to be on the market. I hate it.
You know what? I'll look for some tips from you guys after the break because dating's an important thing. Maybe there's DMs. Maybe, I don't know if that's romantic anymore.
Defensive midfielders.
We are a sports show. This is the MKT
Yeah,
Show.
out of touch I am.
No matter how tempting, do not kiss a mannequin. A lot of good points were raised on this show about mannequins. Don't kiss the mannequin.
No. Don't look under their skirts.
Don't do it.
Don't look down the front of their pantses. Pantses? Pants.
Many a pants sigh.
Many a pantses.
Lulama Kabaga says, James, little bro, James, why are you eating ketchup? Now, and this is classic. How many times do I tell you I'm blind? Oh, we can't hear you. That's how can we call you stupid if we can't hear you?
So you guys are gonna call me stupid?
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Is it a metaphor? I don't know.
See,
Did that really just happen?
no, but he's a liar. I told you, this guy James has been lying to me all day. All day. Well, he said he'd seen.
Guys, I have seen Coming to America. I promise you. I cross my heart, hope to die. I swear.
This is real though. Is this like, are we being shucks?
No,
I'm being shucks.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Where's Ashton? Ashton. Hey.
Nice. I see how you're catering it for an international audience.
No, I'm big thinking.
No, I need to school people about Leon Schuster. Not
Shucks.
work.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No.
He was a prankster
Yeah.
before Ashton Kutcher in South Africa.
That's true.
My God, was that man racist? No, I don't think he was racist. He just did a lot of stuff that, like, at the time we thought was funny, but later on you go, my God, that was super racist.
Yeah.
He was always in blackface.
Yeah.
He was always putting on accents.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not a good look. It was not a good look.
Listen, if you do look at it now, I mean,
Ashton Kutcher was better.
Yeah, slightly better.
Leon Schuster is a lovely man, and I'm sure he didn't mean it. It was just, unfortunately, just a product of the time. Like, we all got that racist uncle.
Yeah, no, we do.
Yeah,
Everyone has an uncle. We all have
everyone,
that uncle.
Black people, white people, everyone's got a racist uncle.
There's
Everyone.
that uncle.
There's that uncle.
And
says
listen,
stuff.
Leon Schuster, nice guy actually. So I grew up in the same little complex as he lived in. We used to see him all the time. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Awesome guy. He used to drink at a bar my dad owned.
Yeah, but that's the blackface thing is tough. Although
He wasn't the only one. There were people all over the world doing it.
Yeah, it's over now though.
Yeah.
Or is it? I don't know.
No, can't do it.
Yeah, can't do it.
Don't do it.
Can't win with it. So now James is a liar. What do I do now about that? Do we fire him on the show?
James, are you for reals that you don't understand what those comments are about?
Yes.
But so what do you get? So I don't mind the lying.
Why did you put them up then?
Because I wanted to ask what they were about.
See, the thing is this, James. I don't mind people who lie to me. But all I want to do is understand what's the benefit for you from lying to me.
Was he lying though? Because he said he's still Coming to America. That's not from Coming to America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, James, have you seen Anchorman?
Yes.
Now you're lying.
Okay.
Nice.
That's the end of that debate.
No, he's lying.
That was a test, James. You're supposed to go. Anyway, hey, some people are liars, some people are me. Yeah, that's That's just where we are. All right, hey, Jimbo. Now, I mean, that puts your whole life into perspective. You know, there's a whole load of people now watching the show going, bloody hell, is anything real about this guy?
Is anything real about the show? I don't even know what's going on anymore.
He's compromising the fabric of our society.
Are we even live? Are we even live anyway? He says we're going live. He's seen Coming to America.
Yeah.
He's seen Anchorman. Can't take quotes from Anchorman. We're supposed to be live, but no, we're not. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Is it Friday?
I bet this isn't the first day or the first time James has heard this. James.
I'm being inceptioned.
I can handle anything.
I'm being inceptioned.
It's the inception and the lies that hurt.
I'm not playing into it. I'm just not.
Let's talk some sports.
All right, listen,
let's talk some sports.
Before we get into just sort of completely decimating James's character, welcome. Give me that music. We'll set the tone for today because there is an incredible story on the loose, and I thought to myself, you know what? For the Friday Five, I got to tell you the 5 craziest stories in the history of sport. Right? They're like some of the stuff that has happened, Paolo.
I love it.
I mean, hey, PSG.
I love it.
All right. This is the Friday Five. The 5 craziest stories in sporting history. Right, at number 5, it was Money for Jam. We remember it in 2000. Our hearts were broken. Now we don't know if Alan Donald not running and Lance Klusener dropping his bat or Donald dropping his bat or however it went. Now that's trauma for me. We don't know what happened there because in 2000, everyone's hero, Hansi Cronje, caught for match fixing. No, I could not believe it. I could not believe it when I heard this. Hansi Cronje, a hero to many, and he just followed. Really, if you think about South African chronology, obviously Nelson Mandela, 94, 95 World Cup, but Hansi was headed that way, right? He had united us in incredibly difficult times, and he was the hero that South Africa was waiting for. So it was a national and international tragedy as South Africa were emerging from segregation and all those things. Incredible in 2000 when he was found to have had his hand in the jar, caught with his hand in the jar, in the cookie jar. At number 4, this institution still hasn't recovered from this, by the way. You hear me talk about it a lot. It looks like their league is being shot on a 33-10. And it's just, I don't think they've recovered from 2006 because Juve took the hit, but in 2006, the Calciopoli is one of the biggest disasters, right? Because the thing about a league is the integrity. You have to believe anyone can win. That's built into it being successful, right? And we realized in 2006 that it ain't that way. But listen, Random Sports History says on this day in 2006, Juventus were relegated to Serie B with a 9-point deduction following a match-fixing Calciopoli scandal. In addition to the relegation, the club had to vacate the 2005-2006 titles, and that's hashtag Juventus. I mean, they took the hit, right? It could have been one of many. We remember AC Milan took the hit. We remember Inter Milan obviously getting those titles, but still, it was just ugly. Serie A, Serie B, match-fixing, referees basically being bullied into decisions. It was so ugly. In 2015, maybe the greatest story in football history, because everything's involved here. A man who's between regular height and midget height. An Arabic hero who had been a prodigal talent at, of course, with Juninho, he formed an unstoppable duo at Lyon for a while, and they thought, oh, this is the guy. Then Real Madrid came along for him. So he's involved. And now football's trying to sell him to the Arabic world because, listen, it was a different type of Arab Spring, but he was ready to be sold to the world. And boy, oh boy, in 2015 did it all happen. Because it was revealed that a blackmail sex tape was being used by Karim Benzema on Mathieu Valbuena, and how it happened, and his brother was involved and his friends were involved. Just incredible. That is the 3rd craziest story I've ever heard. At number 2, and these last 2 stories are similar, but at number 2, the Cobo Arena attack in 94. Now, this story is incredible. If you haven't seen all the documentaries, is that it included what is supposed to be the purest of sports, ice skating, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, a guy called Jeff Gillooly hired his friend to change the face of the 90s for America and its Olympic dream. Because in Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding, it is the most sensational story you will ever hear. And there they are, if you aren't watching on YouTube, together. as teammates. The incredible part of the story, Tonya Harding, following this event, goes on to win the US champs. But that is not the most incredible part. 2 years later, they go on to go to the Olympics together on the same team. Tonya Harding wouldn't say a word. You know where I have to respect Tonya Harding and Jacob Zuma in this case? To have the mental freedom and the madness. Tonya Harding, on the day, right, that the great Nancy Kerrigan was hit in the leg and her leg was broken, went on to win the US champs. So she was able to have that done, but also go and win. It is a story for the ages. Look out for all the documentaries there. At number 1, listen, PSG are doing overtime right now because in a team sport, I understand this type of behavior, right? In individual sport. I get it. There's only so many, darlings. And by the way, Nancy Kerrigan at this time is the darling of the world because America is pushing on everyone in the early 90s. But in a team sport where there's squad rotation and you'll get in for cup games and there's international rotation, in a team sport, a lady called Aminata Diallo has sent 2 thugs to break Kira Hamurai's arm. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. 2 men have broken her arm and I believe bruised badly the rest of her body parts. I just want to say this, by the way. Aminata Diallo was driving the car. She was driving the car as the 2 men assaulted her PSG teammate and France teammate who plays the same position as her. Now, we're not making any assumptions, but 1 + 1. And the greatest part of it, this is incredible. They were playing a game, I think, the next day, and she played. She played, like no worries. I was there. What happened? Oh, I don't know. Am I in, coach? Just a story for the ages. Just incredible. At number 5, Hansi Cronje. In terms of the craziest stories in football, in sports history for me, number 5, the match fixing with Hansi Cronje. At number 4, the Italian match fixing in 2006, the Calciopoli. At number 3, Karim Benzema, essentially blackmailing the French Peter Dinklage. At number 2, the story between Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding, the Kobo Arena attack in 94. And at number 1, we are living it right now, Paulo Diaz. Aminata Diallo is one of the most electrifying characters I've ever... What is going on?
Infamy, because honestly, who is she? But anyway, now she's such an infamous person. What is happening at PSG?
Dude.
You know what? This is what happens when you build a club that is basically the human equivalent of a FIFA Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
Where it's just stars and egos and personalities are 100% catered to.
Yeah.
That somebody can even enter their brain that this sort of thing, I'm not saying listen, this is a criminal act. I'm not saying PSG creates criminals. But it goes, the behavior that is just running through that club.
The Icardi thing. James, what you got, pal, before we get into Icardi?
Sorry, I got an update this morning about the whole thing.
Wait, in what whole thing?
In
the Diallo case?
Yeah.
Is there more?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's settle in, everybody, because I want to hear everything. Tell me, do not spare me a detail.
So, as you know, I messaged you last night, and we found out that she was actually in the car when the attack happened.
She was driving, I believe.
Yeah. Diallo, that is.
Yes.
So the police arrested Diallo and one of the masked men.
Yeah.
And then this morning, Diallo had been released without charge by the French authorities.
But hold on, what?
Yeah.
Was she at training this morning?
I have no idea. But yeah, and then like you said just now, she was actually involved. Diallo was involved in PSG's 4-0 win over, how do you say it? Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's a good squad. It's a good footballing environment.
Real Madrid.
It's important for the squad to stick together. Real Madrid. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So she, yeah?
Yeah, so Diallo played in that game because...
Keira.
Yeah, she couldn't.
Wow.
Because she had bars.
Yeah, she had a broken arm after...
So yeah, she got released this morning without charge. I think it says the police are still investigating it.
Okay, so she hasn't been charged yet. She's been released.
Yeah.
What is going on? like I want to be honest, all right? I said immediately, there's more to the story.
Sorry, I was wrong.
No, that won't be the first time. All right.
It's true. It's
Yep.
true. You're correct. Released without charge at all. Just go about your day and
But
enjoy it.
I'm not. If anybody's a lawyer listening, by the way, just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean you mustn't subscribe to the channel. But if you are watching in your legal mind, what does that mean? Does that mean Diallo now could fly to, I don't know, Palm Springs for a little holiday if she wanted to, just to get away from it all for a week and miss training? Or if you're released without charge, does that mean they're still investigating? Or did she have to pay to get out? So it's not bail, hey? Like,
I have no idea. I'm trying to find out now.
okay, well, maybe do some research before you deliver a story. You got to know some more.
Yeah, but some news hasn't broken yet. What do
No,
you want
that's
me to
true.
do?
That's true.
I don't live in Paris.
No, I don't know how that'd help you. I mean, the internet's everywhere at the same time. But I'm being too hard on you there. That news did just break, and that's incredible reporting from the field, James. That's excellent stuff.
Can I do something quickly that I've always wanted to do?
Sure, go ahead.
Not that this mic is on.
Well,
I don't think it's on, but let's pretend it's off.
okay.
This has been James Eilsley from Paris. Back to you. Did I nail it?
You know, there was an energy today when you came in.
That's incredible.
You felt it, right? Like it was palpable. I was sitting in the foyer meeting, stats, reports, figures, audience, and I could feel there was a vibe here. There was such a vibe, and I knew today's going to be a stupid show.
Yeah.
And I've been proven right. The Calciopoli story is, I know you don't like Serie A. I like it. I like watching it.
Well, no, I don't mind Serie A. I just wish they wouldn't shoot it on a 3310.
Okay. Burner phones.
Yeah.
Who knows what the mafia I don't know. The mafia thing. I don't know. But Italian football is fast, dynamic. There's lots of good young players.
Yeah.
The AC Milan team this year is such a cool, interesting team. Sassuolo, Atalanta, we've seen that. And because of that Calciopoli, what happened was Italy became just so unattractive for star players.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was in Serie A.
Yeah.
Then they stopped going. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want to play there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's obviously corrupt and there's problems. And it forced a lot of Italian coaches to actually really go back to the drawing board and go, right, Italy was never a country that liked young players. Never. They never promoted young players. You basically, if you made your first team debut at 24, you're considered young.
Yeah.
So they never had that. And there's an Italian football coaching school. I'm going to say it wrong. Coverciano.
Yeah. It's where they all go.
Ancelotti, Conte,
all of them.
Ranieri. They've all been there. It's like it's Mancini. It's like you have to go there.
Yeah.
Else you can't coach in Serie A. And it forced them to really upskill themselves. And Italian teams to go, okay, well, we've got to focus on youth. We've got to bring up young teams. It probably led, who knows, but it led down the line. Of course, Italy win the World Cup after that, probably out of spite. But
in that year,
it was the same year.
Yeah.
Same year. I mean, and Del Piero and Buffon were going to play Serie B that season. They stayed, and it probably set Italy up to be in a very healthy place now.
100%.
Where their football's vibrant, it's attractive, the coaching's good. There's leading coaches all over Europe, and they're European champions of young, dynamic, and probably the next wave of football is going to be based on what the Italians are doing.
Yeah.
It's almost sliding doors without that scandal and the after effects. And clubs collapsing. I mean, there were teams absolutely collapsed.
Decimated.
Gone, and the big teams. The real big teams. And it probably leads to Italian football being, in, I think, quite a space to actually jump ahead of La Liga in terms of the league after the Premier League.
They got four, like you said, listen, life gives you always, all of us, life gives you two options, right? Is you make the change or life will force your change. Now, the one is always easier. And like you said, it's actually been so dramatic. The go, because Italy they had that legendary era up to 06. If they hadn't won it then, listen, you've seen what Italy was till now. It was ugly. After, who's in that team? Buffon, Nesta, Totti, that era, after they've retired, Fabio Grosso, by the way, shout out to you, becoming, because he got his big move straight after that and it lasted like a year, right?
He did, then he went to China at a stage.
Because he wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
But
he was a tournament player.
He was the Jean Capdevia of Italy, right? Like Capdevia went for the right of all rights with that Spanish team. But I agree with you. I think you know what Germany and Belgium did 20 years ago, Italy got forced into.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, has it worked out for them. Like you say.
They had to go back to basics.
Back to back. Good song, by the way. Lulama Kabaga says, interesting document. The International Business Ethics Institute did a study between 20 countries, and the French have the most tolerance for corruption. Now,
South Africa obviously wasn't in that.
No.
Sure.
I mean, listen, I think tolerance means it's built into it. So there's a really interesting thing in Germany that had to happen in the last sort of 20 years, and they're still unwinding it. So in Germany, and I know this only because my father lived there, and I've been really, really lucky in my life to have conversations with pretty high level politicians. And as some stuff was coming up, and we've seen Olli Hoeneß get caught up in these things, was that the golden handshake in German business was considered as a part of the deal.
Right.
So the British, as we're pretty anglicized, right? We see it as corruption. But actually in German business, and they're having a little bit of problems transitioning even now, I know this from friends who are in business, is that the golden handshake was considered as a part of the package, on top of the package, and you don't include it in the price, but it was... You know, so the Germans are struggling with it, and that's interesting to hear. I would love to see that list if Lulama could send it.
It's a European thing. I mean, Portugal, it's also things don't get said.
Yeah.
But everyone goes, well, we all understand that's part of it.
So again, another interesting thing. So an investment banker friend of mine in Denmark, right? Like he calls me, the Danish, they don't learn, right? I mean, they didn't learn that Sweden kind of sideswiped them, and they made some promises to them back in the day, and once Sweden got really strong, basically off the back of Denmark, Sweden were like, to hell with you, forget you guys, you've made us stronger than you guys now. You thought we were going to go into an allegiance. Get out of here. These Danish, they don't learn. But my mate, right, he phones me twice a year with this big complaint because he struggles to do business with Europeans. I think I've told you this before. Because in Denmark, right, there is no sending back and forth the contract because the social environment is, I trust you, you trust me. Like we just do business. But when he does it, like you're saying, when he does with the continent, now there's all sorts of things he has to, what? And then they want contracts back. He's like, no, what? And so he's struggling with exactly what you're saying. Is guys start to now say, come on, where's the money for jam? And he's like, he doesn't get it. He's living in his fjord cubicle.
Right.
So, hey, it'll get you. Corruption will get you. So, I love that phrasing. The most tolerance for corruption.
Most tolerance of corruption.
Unbelievable. Yeah, but Italy, what's the league like, Paulo? Has it recovered? Has the reputation recovered? I'm not sure. Even if they were as good as the Premier League, how long do you think it'll take for that stain to be washed off?
It's always going to get brought up, and the ridiculous thing is they're far from being the only league that's done that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just the most high profile that got caught.
Yeah.
I 100% guarantee that. As a TV, and everything is about what's your TV spectacle, and like you bring up the being shot on a Nokia 3310.
Yeah.
They're playing, the last time the Italian teams had a major stadium renovation was for Italia 90.
Yeah.
You know, we're going back 30 years since the last time they've actually done anything. So Juventus obviously got their own stadium.
Yeah.
And then AC Milan and Inter Milan are now building their own.
Yeah.
And that's, these stadiums aren't built for cameras, they're not built for fan experience, they're not built for atmosphere, modern day of what they need.
Yeah.
But, to be honest, you take all that stuff aside, I love Italian football. They're so interesting. The players are so drilled. The formations are interesting. Every game is tight. So it's on the field, great stuff, but the whole package, we've all said it. Premier League's like the NBA, like the NFL.
Yeah.
It's a TV product first.
Yeah.
League second almost.
I agree. Paulo, phenomenal point. Listen, I would say corruption, and maybe I'm just conservative. Corruption and shooting your girlfriend in the foot in a car, don't do either.
No.
Where you can avoid those.
If you have to choose, be corrupt.
James, that's a good point. Let's
like if you choose, you're at a crossroads, you have to commit one of these crimes.
Yeah. Crimes and affliction on our society everywhere. But James, if you had to commit one of two crimes.
You have to commit these crimes.
Yeah, and I don't hear, you have to make a choice. Because I've got a gun to your head. Now you're going to force me to commit a crime if you don't commit the crimes. You know what I mean?
Just don't shoot me in the foot.
No, it's to your head. What I look sick to you? Do I look like Tory Lanez? Listen, If you had to be corrupt
All right.
or shoot your girlfriend in the foot, which one would you do? Both feet. Sorry, not just one foot. Both feet in a car. Your car. Have to do one of the crimes.
What kind of corruption am I?
No, come on.
Doesn't matter.
Taking money from orphanages.
Yes, yeah. 16 orphanages. 16 orphanages. You siphon that money, or
They still get the money, but not all the money.
But now, does James get any of the money?
no, he
he's
takes.
corrupt.
Yeah, he's corrupt. He's. I mean,
No, but-
he's buying a villa in Portugal somehow.
Yeah, but you see, the one is where James benefits from it, and the other one is just 2 shots in the foot.
No, well,
Maybe the girlfriend's feet stink.
Yeah. Okay, listen, Michelle. I know I'm vibes, but foot powder, please. I've told you 8 times now. This is a beautiful car, and I paid for it myself. It's enough now. Clear that. Or
Why is Michelle always the first go-to name for you?
You ask Michelle.
yeah, well, I mean,
What's she done?
yeah,
Stop dodging the question.
yes.
Stealing from orphans or shooting your girlfriend in the foot?
Mr. Elsley, I'll have to push you for an answer at this stage.
I'm gonna go with. Sure, this is actually really
Oh
hard.
God, this guy. All right, I mean, we're gonna have to go to a break. How long is this gonna take?
Probably shoot my girlfriend in the foot.
Wow.
Oh, what a disgusting! Because the orphans still get some money.
Yes, they still.
They don't
The
get
orphans
all
are
the
fine.
money. You definitely get shot in the foot.
Your girlfriend, both
Your
need the
girlfriend,
car.
you love her, and you shot her in the foot. The orphans are still getting
There's also
some money.
no benefit to your girlfriend being
This
shot
isn't-
in the foot.
I
Now she
don't know.
can't walk, you have to lug her around everywhere.
Because you'd still have the money, and you may get like a Jiminy Cricket saying,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to give the money to the orphans. Once you shot someone in the foot, you shot them in the foot.
That's forever.
You can always return the proceeds of corruption.
You can always go Jekyll and Hyde and let those two beasts fight, and
God,
Jekyll
James,
wins.
James, there was literally no way you could answer that satisfactorily.
No, we did set him up there. No, we did set you up to lose there, James.
content.
That's what it's about. Right, James Elsley, carrying on with the. I guess people who shoot their girlfriend in the foot aren't liars.
What a criminal.
It's just the crime. It's James. I can handle the laws, but it's the crime.
But did you just say I guess people that shoot their girlfriend in the foot aren't liars?
Yeah, because you're not really lying by shooting her in the foot, right? Or feet. By the way, you can shoot on both feet. She has 2 feet.
This is too much for me to handle.
Oh my lord.
God.
Oh my goodness. Tracy says a shot in your own foot is worth 2 of your girlfriends. Let's go to a break. I don't know what this show is descending into. Let's go to a break. This is madness. For all orphans out there, do not let James get anywhere near your kitty. And I don't mean a cat, by the way. I mean the money.
Choose corruption, though.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yes, but you're a person who shot your girlfriend in the foot.
Yeah, but I didn't choose corruption. Why can't I go near orphans now?
No, because it's one thing shooting your own girlfriend who you picked in the foot. Who knows? I don't want you shooting orphans now as well. You're that guy. You know what I mean?
But, okay, so you always think about yourself. Ever think about the fact that maybe she wanted to know what it felt like to be shot in the foot? And then I missed or graced her foot the first time.
Maybe it's a fetish thing.
What?
Maybe it's a fetish thing.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Hey, you're into some wild stuff, huh, James? What's that? Like, there must be a whole different channel for that.
James, you've been called out. Richard Bunda.
Yeah, Richard Bunda says James is definitely doing the corruption. Now that's Richard saying that.
And notice I said the corruption.
Yeah.
That's even more serious than corruption.
Yeah, it's that's what they call a indefinite article. It's just so big we don't even know where to start.
I can't stand feet. I hate feet.
Wait a minute. Well, what is this now? Does your lady know you're going to shoot her in a car? Well,
No,
her
I
feet.
don't mean
You're not
I
gonna
hate
shoot
them
her.
to the point where I want to shoot every foot
Well,
I
there was
see.
some passion behind that. So you
I
hate
just-
feet.
Yeah, because toes look like knickknacks. And don't get me wrong, knickknacks are great, but the fact that
I'm anti-toe. I'm anti-feet. We actually had the conversation. You weren't here about my feelings on feet. So firstly,
I did watch that. Yeah.
I don't like doing business with men, especially in where I can see their toes. Right?
Okay.
I feel like you may as well take out your mister. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see your toes because I don't know. It feels like I don't know. I don't know about it. I also feel it's easy for you to steal from me and run. You just kick off your flip-flops, you got nothing to lose.
I
you
got
go,
you, yeah.
right?
You win.
Not everyone's wearing Havaianas.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then off you go. I'm not a fan of feet.
Yeah?
That's why I like shoes so much. Because they cover up the feet.
yes,
They take the tension away if they take something useless.
Yeah.
Feet are useful, don't get me
Very
wrong.
much. Yeah.
Aesthetically, I don't like them. You can put 100 feet.
Yeah.
3 of them will be okay to look at. And even then, you're like,
Yeah.
as you're looking at them. Right,
Look like
James?
dried knickknacks.
Oh my God.
This is incredible. So how far do you lunatics take this? Like, what do you think of hooves? Like, I just want to know what sort of...
Oh, hooves on feet. Hooves are hooves.
Hooves are hooves.
What do you think of claws? Like an owl, an eagle?
Claws
Well,
are claws.
those are different. Claws are claws.
Here's the point, okay?
Where's the point?
We could have something better looking attached to our bodies that we walk on. That's what it is. They just look ugly. Sometimes they smell bad. And if you're me, they smell bad all the time.
But they do the job.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
okay. So all right, James. So you say so your thing is they look ugly.
Oh, and they just...
What else? What would you want? Would you like 2 sets of hands? What do you think might make the things we walk on, bipedalism or bipedalism, something which would be more aesthetically pleasing for you? Do you think we should walk on our hands? What are you thinking?
I think that'd be dope.
What do we do with the feet? Do we keep them the same though? Now we can't see them. We're just always looking down. What should they look like for you to like them? Just out of interest. You and Paula, this is unbelievable, by the way. Like, is there a body? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me make it easy for you because I can see you going into stealing money from orphans now. All right. Or no, wait. What did you choose? The shooting your girlfriend in the?
I chose the shooting one.
That's the crime. Tell me this though. Like now, what body part do you like?
So just before we move on from feet, right?
Yes.
So funny. This is how we know Big Brother is watching us. A story pops up. There's this terrible website called sportsrush.com. It is like tabloid rubbish, right?
Yeah. Love it.
And it's a story about, Shaquille O'Neal, I don't know, there's a story about him having an affair, someone's accusing him or whatever.
Whoa, is that breaking news?
I don't know how old this is. This is from September, right?
Oh, my word.
But this website is garbage.
Oh, okay.
It's absolute garbage. You know, it's real tabloid rubbish for sports, right?
I'm into it.
So there's a woman, like, she's denying that she slept with Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
Her quote is, "Hell no, have you seen his feet? How are you going to sleep with someone who has feet like that? Like, have you seen him in sandals? I love Shaquille to death, but I would never get down with Shaquille." So Shaquille O'Neal, don't like his feet.
So that's a complete... Who knew?
So we're bringing it back to sports, just in case you're wondering where this is going.
Yeah, where this is... So, okay. All right, James. Obviously, we know you're Mr. Romantic. Not. Haven't even seen movies with your lady. This incredible stuff. Although you have seen... Did he say he's seen Mannequin? Have you seen Mannequin, James?
No, he had not seen Mannequin.
No, it's not... You haven't seen Mannequin. It's the prostitution film that James thought was about prostitution, but actually Julia Roberts had a good heart. But James, so if your lady ever asks for a foot rub, what do you do then? Or does she know that's...
No, she knows feet are a no-go.
So what do you do? Make her sleep with socks on if she's sleeping over at your house in a separate room?
No. So my thing is you can have your feet.
Okay.
You can have your feet.
Sure.
You can have your feet all willy-nilly.
Sure.
Just don't bring them near me. Like if you're walking over there with no shoes and no socks, just don't bring them near me.
Incredible.
I don't want them.
No, I'm the same. I understand you have feet. I'm not against the concept of you having feet. Like you have them, I have them. We all have them. But unless you're one of the 3 of the 100, I'd rather have your feet over there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my worst.
Yes.
Oh my God, my worst.
Yes.
Jeez, I want to commit so much violence.
Yeah.
Michael de Broglie will follow me everywhere. When I see people driving and people have their feet on the dashboard, I'm done. I like swerving off the road. I want to try and drive them into a ditch. I cannot do. Why are your feet on the dashboard?
All right. Now, tell me this one. International flights. You know how people get.
If your feet come through my chair, I'm stabbing it. I've got no time. Don't put your feet next to my face.
I'm stabbing it with my aeroplane spork
Yes.
through the chair.
No, well, you guys haven't heard me through. Lady next to you. Because, hey, if you travel enough, it's going to get you. And I know it's happened to you. Shoes off people.
Yeah. I know that. Socks are fine.
Yes.
This is also why, fortunately, I will not travel internationally alone. Our all as family, so we have pretty much our own aisle.
Yeah.
Then you got to do the last on this side. Yeah, you just hope it doesn't happen. You got to deal with it in that moment. Hopefully you've taken enough Ambien or something that you're not going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, that's tough. That's going to happen. All right, who knew? Feet, huh? Hey, by the way...
And my favorite sport is football. I mean,
Here we are.
Go figure.
Question.
Yes.
So Ryan's just alerted me to something. So the other day, you were on a show, MKT.
Correct.
As you are every morning.
Yeah. Gareth Cliff Show. Catch that on cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts, or with eyes that you look at stuff.
Smash the subscribe button and all of those things. Yeah. Ryan said that you said you hated feet too, and that women who wear pumps.
No, I don't hate feet. I hate pumps because pumps tell me a woman's given up. Yeah, I've now. So Ryan already. So you guys, you know why guys get along? You're both liars. So I didn't say I hated feet. I have no problem with feet at all. But I will not accept a woman who wears pumps. All you're telling me is you've given up. And you know what? Listen, I know, because here's the immediate defense that ladies give. You don't know the journey of the pain. I say, all right, ladies. No, that's fine. If you've given up, that's fine.
Yeah, but can we also just address, like, because I don't mind feet too much, but the thing is, public, like, people need to wear closed shoes. Like, this whole open toe thing it's not a thing.
But you were in Cape Town, Havaianas on the beach.
No, that's where it is, bro.
I wore Jordans on the beach.
What?
Wow.
Ryan!
Wow.
You can't go everywhere wearing.
No, you're on the beach.
But it's Cape Town. You're on the beach.
Holidays, surely, even for me, holiday is different. There are places.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate to have to say this again, but I've always said Ryan is the blackest person who works here because black guys will wear a full Gucci 2-piece tracksuit with the sash bag to the beach, to a pool party in Africa in the middle of summer, right? And they will not take it off with the shades and the matching hat. So Ryan, again, I know you've always felt I've been picking on you, but you are the blackest person here because only black people. You're a white dude who's not willing to wear board shorts at the beach. What are we doing here?
When I sent you that video from Grand Beach,
yeah,
I was wearing my Japanese pants and my Kobe's, and of course my Kobe shirt.
Oh, that's why those ladies thought you were a music producer. They were like, "Who's that Caucasian bloke who's not wearing board shorts?
Not wearing
there must be something about him."
Yeah,
there
just because I wasn't wearing a button-up flower shirt and open-toed shoes, I looked different.
All right, guys, I didn't know you hated feet. Listen, good transition here. You guys, whatever. Ryan, you're going to have to learn to give people foot rubs unless you get an angel like James's lady. Paula, I didn't ask you. I mean, listen, you are a married man. There is no way. Happy wife, happy life. Surely your wife is also in the corporate mix. She is working. She's not one of those ladies who her full-time job is brunches. She is at it. What if she needs a foot rub?
This is not Hollywood, my friend. After a few years of marriage, you're not foot rubbing.
Oh, is that not?
No. Listen, we don't have to do that stuff anymore. It's fine.
And what happens if your beautiful daughter cuts her foot outside?
Oh, that's different because now you're tending to your child, your wounded child.
No, I'm with you. I get you.
I think the point that we're trying to get across here is that feet, to us, we see them as the body's worst
appendage.
Feature.
Now, speaking of which, excellent, James, what you've done there. It's ludicrous that you'd even go there. It's just mental. A man who did, here's Richard Banda, who that surname lets me know that he's got more melanin than Ryan, certainly as much melanin as I've got. He is a black man. Mbulelo, drip is forever. No, hey! I don't doubt it for a minute.
Shout outs.
Hey!
That's what James's pharmacist also said to him. He's got antibiotics for it, but unfortunately that drip is forever, James.
You want to hear it from your homies, not
you being on antibiotics for life.
How did you know, Pablo?
Oh my God.
I saw your prescription. It came through on the fax machine.
It's like, wow, that's weird. All right, but speaking of a man who's... if you've read his book, probably James hasn't, because he's told me this guy's his hero, but I doubt it because he hasn't read his book and he would have linked the feet thing to this one. So, not sure if you know this, but Steven Gerrard, when he was younger in the Liverpool Academy, stuck a fork. Well, he actually went to go kick for a ball and a piece of metal went through his foot and it threatened his career. That's a story about feet that I thought I'd just link to this. Steven Gerrard nearly didn't happen, James. I don't know if that gives you retrospective trauma, but that nearly didn't happen. Stevie G stuck his foot through, boom, went right through his foot, by the way.
Very well aware. I have 2 of his books, not that you believe me. And I've read them both, but I shouldn't have said anything. But I know the story you're talking about.
All right, well, he's at Aston Villa now. His feet are always covered. Europe is cold, and he's a manager now. He's at Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa, dude.
Clever move. He... Listen, I mean, you got to take aside the thing of, like, ex-players of a certain profile are going to get access to jobs that equally qualified managers aren't going to get.
Sure.
Which, I mean, take that aside. He had going to Rangers wasn't as easy because I think, people go, well, Scotland's a one-team league.
Yeah.
It was until he made it a two-team league.
100%.
And Rangers this is a Phoenix version of Rangers. They absolutely shut the club down and started again and came up through the divisions.
Yep.
And managers with a lot more experience in him couldn't do what he did.
Yeah.
To go win that league undefeated season. Did well in Europe, in Europa League, so it shows something about him. I think he's taken the right way compared to maybe what Frank Lampard did.
Yeah.
I suppose Frank Lampard was at Derby, but he's doing it the right way. What I can't wait is when he starts getting the boys back together and brings the Hulk Fernando Torres back as a conditioning coach.
And a bouncer, yeah.
Right, we've seen what Fernando Torres is looking like. Let's get him in there.
Yes.
To IC, getting those players fit. Oh. You're going to see, what are you going to see?
Boom, boom.
Danny Ings with all the tings. He's going to be 5 sizes bigger. So get Torres in as conditioning coach at Aston Villa. And we all know, we love to see it. We love to see this, is that his contract ends the day Jurgen Klopp's contract ends. Do it. Put him in there. We've all seen how well that goes. We've all seen how well it goes.
Now, for those who don't know, Paula's going through a little bit of... there's James clapping, of course, saying, okay, we're breeding Steven Gerrard to come to the real big time.
It's going to be the Liverpool-Villa game is going to be the most nauseating, claptrap, never walk alone nonsense.
Where is that game?
Oh, I don't even want to know. I want to find out because I want to have complete TV blackout that day.
It's the 11th of December.
You see, they've already done it.
11th of December, and wait, have Villa played Liverpool this year?
This is the game at Anfield, right?
No, they haven't played. There's going to be 2.
Yeah, no, but the game at Anfield when Stevie Me goes to Aston Villa, Stevie V now, goes with Villa to Anfield. Oh my God, can you imagine the crap?
They're going to put all the, in the Kop, they've got those massive Houllier, Rafa Benitez flags. They've got a Klopp up there already when he had glasses. They're going to have to change that because he's a thirst trap now. It's just going to be Steven Gerrard, captain, leader, legend. Oh my goodness.
Look, and you mentioned the coaches, and that's another interesting thing about Gerrard is that he's going to have this amalgam of all these great coaches that he worked under. Houllier, he was with Benitez, and a couple of the England coaches he is with as well. And why I think he's going to work, I said the other day on our WhatsApp group that his potential is massive because he's a hard worker. Yeah. He always was as a player. And if he carries that into management, I think the potential of Gerrard as a manager is through the roof.
You know what I said yesterday, Paulo, which is links to your point, right? So they've given him a 3.5-year deal, but we know contracts in the Premier League, it's worth less than the ink on the paper that it's on.
The only profession in the world that getting fired from your job actually makes you desirable to another club.
That's such a great point.
It's like you are basically the CEO of a £500 million industry in the team you have. Yeah. You can run it into the ground. Yeah. You'll get fired, and then the next person will go, well, do the same here, please.
It's madness. It is the only industry in the world, quite right. But Stevie G has done one unique thing that I think Lampard didn't. And I said it yesterday, was that the other thing that Birmingham is crying out for, and I mean, I still have friends who work in and around the game, is Birmingham's crying out for a hero because Birmingham City are trash, right? They are absolute tosh. And Aston Villa are really in between. Like they're a bit, obviously with the new ownership, I understand, but they're a bit nothingy, right? Is like Steven Gerrard has carried a City before, which Lampard hadn't done. Like Lampard, as you say, even from the beginning, Frank was really looked after. How he got his chance. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't good enough, but Uncle Harry, right? And even when he was there, his father
his father's
top
royalty,
5 West Ham legends ever, right? The only criticism he would have faced was when Harry was left out because Brooking and them didn't kind of like the lads. Sir Trevor Brooking, Bobby Moore, all of them, they went corporate and they left Harry out, and they never give Harry Redknapp, who was a flying winger himself, by the way. If you read the stories about how good Harry Redknapp was as a player, I think he's become a bit of a caricature figure now. But Frank Lampard Sr. is beloved at West Ham. So it's always been really comfortable for Lampard. You know, he came to Chelsea and John Terry, Michael Ballack, Makelele, Ashley Cole, you know, Gianfranco Zola helped him in at the beginning. There was that era, you know what I mean? So it's always been comfortable.
And just as he matures, Mourinho comes in and completely changes. So you're 100% right.
You know, Drogba, like you said, with the maturity comes Carvalho. He plugged into an awesome system, and I'm not going to, listen, what he did, Lampard did, right? I'll hold him. I still think he's the second greatest midfielder. I think Roy Keane is untouchable for me in my mind. I'd take Roy Keane before anyone in Premier League history, right? Even including Henry. If I'm starting a team, it's Roy Keane. All right,
everyone else. You take Roy Keane and 10 others.
Yeah, but it was always comfortable for Lampard. Now he worked his way to greatness, but Lampard has. I mean, Gerrard has carried a City, and that's important. I think that's an important thing, as you say. Is Stevie G has worked his way into becoming a cult figure, and Birmingham is waiting for somebody to lead. So,
and he won't be thrown by it because Glasgow is very similar.
Yeah, well said.
You know, Glasgow is the same sort of thing, and he won't be thrown by that. So the potential of this is scary. Listen, I mean, despite the Liverpool thing, you make jokes. Gerrard is, I mean, you say Lampard. Gerrard was the only player next to Keane that I ever saw. It was like, this was a guy that you went, wow. It's not right to compare players, but because they played at the same time, you went, wow, that is Roy Keane 2.0.
Yeah.
That he's such a good manager is surprising because he was always so tactically and disciplined as a player, but that's what made the magic. But really, the potential of him is outrageous.
Now, having said that, because we are thinking as human beings and we do love football, which is kind of like loving your wife. You can't change your club and you are unreasonably invested emotionally in football. So you do kind of put people on a pedestal. There are people who don't do that. They are called billionaires because Wes Edens and Nassif Sawiris are worth £8 billion between them.
I think before Newcastle, they were the third richest ownerships in the Premier League. They're definitely top 5.
Listen, we hold Steven Gerrard to a whole different level because we are unable to not hold him as a player and what he is as a manager and separate them. These billionaires are very, very clear. What sort of pressure is he under? Because these guys aren't going to go, Stevie, they don't care.
And I think you have to look at it how ruthless they are, is that, yes, the Jack Grealish move was market related, but it was going boyhood, club captain, Roy of the Rovers type story.
Yep.
It's time to go. You know what? It's because they could afford to keep him. There's no doubt they could afford to keep Jack Grealish. It's time to go.
Yeah.
And you see how that ended with Harry Kane. And then same Dean Smith, also fan of the club.
Yeah.
5 defeats in a row. Thank you for the memories. You're out of here. So those guys aren't playing. They don't do it as ruthlessly as others, but they are serious. They're serious guys.
And now, listen, tell me this. How long till Stevie G? How many bad results till he has to have awkward meetings with ownership? Do you think the end of the year he's on honeymoon?
I think he gets the season because he's come in late. It's not his team. It takes a while. And he's not a Premier League manager. As ruthless as they are, I don't think they're jumpy.
Yeah.
You know, they're not Watford owners. But I think he'll have till the end of the season. And then probably next, listen, unless we're in relegation zone and things like that. But Villa got a lot of good players.
Now, having said that, as a Man United fan, as though you don't have enough headaches going on, is this ownership group is rich enough. Stevie G gets them into the top 10, top 8. They're giving him 300 million next year. Does that worry you at all? Because where you are now is where's United realistically between 4th and 6th, and I'm not saying that.
No, and that's true, and that's where we got, and that place is under so much threat because Arsenal are in there, West Ham are in there. You got to look at Villa as being players, and Tottenham will come back.
Conte's here now.
You know, Conte, whether he spends or not, he makes Tottenham better.
Yeah.
Maybe not for this season. Maybe we get away and sneak in this season, but that's. You know, we it's so ridiculous because we were unequivocal 1 or 2. Yeah. Now we're like, God, are we 4th or 5th?
Or 6th?
Or 6th. You know, Steven Gerrard's a better manager than Solskjaer. I'll say it. It's definitely going to be. You know, he's more modern, more progressive.
And like, do not think Aston Villa won't go to Mino Raiola and go, take a seat here, chap. There's that Norwegian bloke. Like, because who's the Jamaican bloke who can't stay fit, but he is an Aston Leon Bailey shouldn't really be at Man United.
No.
But Aston Villa are showing you that, Grealish, get out of here. We're going to do this thing. And they've got some... Listen, they've got serious... You think those billionaires won't spend... If I'm Arsenal and I'm Man United, I'm not freaking out yet. If Aston Villa... Like, it's difficult to get it across to people because people always think London.
Yeah.
Birmingham is the second city. It's like living in London without the tension.
It is, and over the past few years, Manchester just generally in commerce has taken over that second city, have become the second city in England. But Birmingham are massive. Villa are massive in Birmingham. And don't forget, this is a club that's got 2 European Cups.
Yes!
You know, they've got 2 European Cups. There's pedigree, and for years and years, they've just always waited for somebody to unlock it. Almost early 90s, they were head and head with United in the first or second Premier League race.
Yeah.
And they could have unlocked it then. The potential of Villa is monstrous.
It
is monstrous.
I absolutely would be worried. Well, man, that is what an awesome product the Premier League is, huh? Like, it's everything. It's
stories all the time. It's narrative. It's not just Villa, because it's got an impact on Liverpool, and an impact on Liverpool's got to have an impact on United. It's just stories within stories.
Andrew Harrison, who's a he's a massive Liverpool fan, says, I don't think he gets the full season if they're in the relegation zone come February, which is what Paolo said. I totally agree. These guys aren't playing around.
Yeah.
These guys are not playing around. So Stevie G, welcome back to the Premier League. It is a bit sickening to see what Twitter's doing now with all of his goals, of course, from the past. It's like, all right, we get.
It's a great move for Villa, though. What I have to say is well done to them, because they could have gone the boring route, the tried and trusted Big Sam type of thing. I think that era of guys is gone.
Yeah.
But they could have gone, it's a safe pair of hands. Let's just keep ourselves top 10. But they've been brave. They've gone, you know what? This could be a game changer for us. Let's take the punt.
That'd be awesome. More good teams, better for the league, better product, better football, better Gerrard, better, much better. Don't shoot your girlfriend in the foot. It's the MKT Show.
Want to equal plastics active.
People are feeling defeated. Defeated.
You deserve every cricket you get. The comments on the, I love it.
Yes.
James, you've been accused of binge watching a goalie. Is this true?
Wow.
In the comments.
Really?
He's being accused of binge watching a goalie.
Now, who has said that?
I think it was either Tracy or Robin. I scrolled through it very quickly.
Now, James, yeah?
Which is it?
They would be correct, yeah.
Oh, really? Well, how do they know this? Did you talk about it on the show?
No.
So, but when was this now? Like, goalie, is a goalie still on TV?
No, it's not, but it's on that rotation. There's like a CakeNet Classic or something that I've seen it scrolling through. And they, like, if you're international, right? Igoli was like the soap in South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Was like the first big high production South African soap. There's been many after that. But like everybody knew it, and it was like about Igoli, the city of gold.
Yeah.
People in Joburg, normal people, rich people. I think the family, they were brothers and sisters. One was rich, one was poor.
James?
And they were family.
I was just kidding about watching Igoli. My mom used to watch it. I've seen about
Okay, so true.
couple episodes.
Yeah. Oh, my mom used to. James, you don't have to lie. It's the lies that hurt.
He won't learn that. Like, I won't be angry with him. Just tell me the truth.
Thank you.
Because when you lie, I'm disappointed that you lied.
Make a mockery of me now as well.
Because that's the way we brought you up, James.
Anyway.
You brought me up?
Yes, your work dads.
Yeah, exactly.
We're your two work dads.
Two work dads. It's okay to have two dads now.
Such a
James.
progressive family.
You were like Bill Cosby and the guy from Full House.
Yeah.
Imagine that as a sitcom.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby and Bob Saget.
That's it.
My two work dads.
Thank you.
You're played by Michael J. Fox.
Thank you for giving me
Spin City. He was on
such
Spin
a
City.
diverse childhood.
Yeah.
To my two gay white and black fathers.
Whoa, who said gay? Just two work dads.
We're just two work dads. You don't know what our situation is. Could be financial.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just a JV.
Yeah, you don't know what it is, James. Maybe you're a business venture.
To be.
I'm a business venture.
Yeah.
Bad investment.
I
but
would
terrible.
invest right now.
There are no returns at the moment, but I mean, you got to be patient. A second round of funding might be better because you got to bring on better staff as well. Maybe our actuarial scientists didn't build the right business model. All right, there is a man right now, or woman. We don't know how he identifies. He's about 6'5". He's about 115, 118 kilograms. Last time we checked, he's on his way to Scotland. By the way, Paulo, do you now Portuguese guy? You more rugby? I mean, more football. Do you have any family who watch rugby that may like force you into Friday? Like your whole Saturday's gone, right? For rugby.
No, it's not really like that. Like it's weird. Portuguese, you can kind of. I mean, like when there's tournaments and stuff, like that old classic. But week by week, it's not a big Portuguese thing.
Okay, it's just the box are playing. I mean, if you own a butchery.
Yeah, like then you know and you're interested because it's good for business. Springboks is fantastic for business.
Either way.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
Because people buy before the game. They don't buy after. Either way. But yeah, it's not like there's very few Portuguese that everything comes to a stop to watch Springboks.
And now you got a guy doing it at Inside Centre, by the way, Damien Dialende, who I'm not sure if he's coloured
he's definitely not Portuguese.
Well, he denied being.
That's not a Portuguese name.
He denied being, because some guy, it was pretty awkward on the interview. The guy said, "No, with you being a coloured guy," and he was like, "No, I'm not coloured. I'm Portuguese or whatever." I think, yeah.
It's not a Portuguese name, or it's not common.
Could be like a Portuguese mom, you know.
Yeah, could be.
But so he's. I do know I think he's Portuguese. People will correct me. But we got a man who is definitely South African, born while meat was cheap, a guy called Flip van der Merwe. Where is he today? He's going to go watch South Africa play Scotland. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my. Wow. The bouncer look black on black on black. The Movember looking fantastic. How are you doing there, Flip?
Good evening.
Yeah.
It feels like evening. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Because we're back in London. Sun hasn't shown yet in like freaking ages. I think it is freezing. I think they saw someone maybe similar as me have an interview here last week because I have a table this week.
Oh, really?
I'm in the interview area. In the passport control area. Sitting on the people who are less able to stand area.
Yes.
And I've got a table. I'm very privileged.
Listen, we're a big show. I mean, you're a big deal. You obviously
we organized that for you, Flip. We felt how can we have our international correspondent, with his laptop on his lap, get the man a table.
I like that.
Stansted, sort it out.
No,
that's it.
This is the level you're working with, and I think it must show you that we appreciate you. I mean, we'd also maybe appreciate tickets to the Scotland game and flights to London in return. But I'm not. Flip. So how's the last week been? I mean, let's do a quick review. Last week, same situation. Boom, boom, boom. Wales game, and you were kind enough to obviously get on the same situation. Obviously, laptops get hot on your lap as well. Whew, you did about 45 minutes with us. That can get a bit of a situation. But last week, Wales, how was the experience from where you were, the travel? And I saw your seats, unbelievable. Definitely not the working class seats like he claimed.
Best seats in the house, definitely.
Yeah.
Sat right in front of where the Welsh guy went for a little run and basically won the game for the Springboks because the Welsh guys couldn't score, and then saw the whole thing happening as he was getting onto the field. Great seats, great result for us in the end. As you guys know, Cardiff is probably one of the best places in the world to go watch rugby. It's stadium in the middle. It's basically like if the city was built around the stadium, and obviously all the pubs and bars and restaurants all around. So I had a great time. I went with a bus full of 40 South Africans living in London and abroad. We had a great time. Saw some legends in the bar afterwards, and really enjoyed ourselves.
Hey, legends. I mean, let's mention it. Like, obviously, they were on their best behavior. Who was there? Was it like all the proper, the Habanas and those guys?
Yeah, proper. You saw the Habanas and the Bobby Skinstads and Dinas Delports and Francois Lowe. Saw Francois Lowe. The guy lost 10 kgs, man. It's like the best shape of his life.
But he seems like, I imagine Francois Lowe, because he just made as a baby and somebody said, get the captain gene, the head boy gene, let's drop it into this baby. He strikes me as the type of guy who has never not been in, like his teachers in grade 1 looked up to him, I would imagine. Like he just seems like a guy who you want to follow everywhere, that guy.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He also went to not so bad school. I mean,
this guy.
Yeah.
Grey Bloom guy, huh? Francois Lowe.
Not so bad. No, he's a bishop's boy.
Sorry?
He's a bishop's boy. Comes from
Canadian guys.
Yeah.
Maybe the one only.
Probably played water by that. Doesn't tell anyone about it.
The one good thing to come out of Bishops of all time. Listen, I do love Francois Lowe. So Tracy Bart says Tom Selleck vibes with the tash. Although I'm hearing a moustache. He's a man with a moustache. From A Million Ways to Die in the West. I'm not sure if you've seen that movie. It's
beautiful.
Have you seen A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I've Charlize Theron, man, of course.
Yeah, so Seth MacFarlane, that guy is. Hey,
I'm more into the Tom Selleck side of that, as obviously the host of that 80 show on Cliff Central every Friday at 9:00. I'm all about Tom Selleck. We were talking about Tom Selleck the other day in the Battle of the Network Stars. They used to do a thing in the States in the 80s where all the different TV stars did sports against each other. like basketball, American football, touch football, what do they call it, flag football.
Where do I watch this?
You can find us all on YouTube, all old stuff. And Tom Selleck, with that, I mean, I just want to tell you about your moustache. This is 12th of November, and look at that moustache.
That's incredible.
You know what I'm saying?
And he shaved this morning.
We're not even talking like 20th. That's 12th, right? That's a 12th moustache. And Tom Selleck was looking very hairy in a dunk tank. So you had to throw a baseball, knock Tom Selleck into the water. You know.
Oh, yes.
That jersey is
He's a bear.
He's a bear. So I'm enjoying the Tom Selleck. I'll take that.
You know what you look like?
I do have a selection. I have a selection of very flowery shirts that I probably should start wearing.
Oh,
little shorts.
You know what? It's actually called a selection.
Oh my God. Don't waste the man's internet on that.
Selection.
Now you're just wasting people's data.
Yes, man. Yes. But you know what you look like? You look like you look like you're going on a date with like the president of Harvard. You look awesome, dude. Like, were you at a meeting before this? You look like it's such a great look. Like, it's not too formal, black on black. It's classy.
I dress up for the MKT show. I'm a professional person. Being international correspondent, I have to look the part. I have to go I've organized the sponsor.
Yes, of course.
As you can see.
There we go. Okay.
And
the plan.
I feel like Snoopy Sigalala when he started working for CNN.
It's incredible scenes. It is incredible scenes. You've destabilized the whole studio.
Oh God,
that's good stuff.
That's outrageous.
All right. Listen, Flip, you're on your way, obviously, to watch the box they delivered. But just quickly to wrap up on the Wales game, is that something that I really saw the value of, and I like Herschel Yankees, but I'm afraid we saw the gap, I believe, between him and Kobus Reinach, and what stability at number 9 gives you. Because I think once the accuracy from 9 came, we saw as soon as Kobus came on, it was a completely different game, right? We had that accuracy from the base. Because I think we were dominating the game physically in the first half as well. I just think Herschel wasn't giving us that accuracy and direction of play from scrum half early on. What once he did was, I think we didn't play great, and we still won last week. Just your thoughts on the game and how it developed, and what your thoughts were on the performance.
I agree 100% with you, and I also hoped they give Kobus Reinach a little starting run. I think it's a little bit of a chicken and egg problem where Kobus might be too good from the bench. That impact that he brings from the bench is actually too valuable for the Springboks that they have to keep them there. Also, he's such a pocket rocket that I think he will tire out the whole team in about 20 minutes. So that's why they only give him 20 minutes at the end. But also, then you get the situation where you can't just give a guy one game. He's having a bad mare, and the weather was horrible. I must agree. I was wearing everything I own. I was still freezing and wet. The weather was horrible. So give a guy on this. It was a big match. The Welsh did put a lot of pressure on the Springboks, especially in the maul, especially in the loose play. So I think getting into a Scottish game, give Herschel another chance, see how it goes. I mean, you can always replace him after 40 if it doesn't go well, but you have, as a coach, you have to show confidence to the player, and he still is a great player. We've seen what he can do, and his support play is great. He needs to edge up in his technical part. I agree with you, but give a guy another show. Yeah.
And I think you've raised a really cool point there, right? Which many of us never really get to delve into this, is that sometimes even at that level, because even Herschel himself, we've seen his impact off the bench. He's another pocket rocket, but it does tell you something. And maybe I heard you wrong, as you were saying, was Kobus would wear them out, but perhaps it's the same with Herschel, because he is also just an electric, like you said, the support running, and he's all energy. But there's a difference between a starting, and in this case we're just talking about number 9, there's a difference between a guy who can start and control things like tempo and give us that direction and game plan, and maybe it tells you, here's the difference between Faf and these two guys, is that Faf is your starting guy. He gives you a little bit more in terms of, again, that game control, the tempo, and more generalship rather than just electric play. Yeah. So maybe you could just tell us, is that something that you've always felt has always existed, or is it a new thing because bomb squad now that's a thing where you've got a bomb squad, or has it always been there's a starter and there's a guy who's off the bench?
Yeah, there's two things. So first of all, I get to the bomb squad. The bomb squad is definitely it was called impact players, to sort of get the notion off the bench, off the back, So the guys come on, they get like 20, 15 minutes, and you give everything, and you just it's less decisional making. It's just balls to the wall, go 100%, burn the rubber, just break them down, and either you get in a situation where you have to win a game like last weekend, or you get into a situation like we saw against the All Blacks where you actually have to close a game. And you see where Herschel took on that role last weekend. I think he almost got into his shell too much. He was too controlled. He tried to be too precise, and he almost lost that little spark that he has. Just play a little bit or whatever. But you have to control it as a 9. When you start where Faf really became into his own in the last couple of years, it takes a lot of pressure off Andre, of Andre Pollard, or whichever 10 is playing. And so as a 9, you're a link between the forwards and the backs. You sort of have to general the forwards, tell them where to go, and you have to take a lot of pressure off your 10. Because if you just play one-sided, just give the 10 the ball all the time, the opposition will read it, and it will have a field day on the 10. So you could see when he came on, he felt that pressure of he's responsible now for that, and took that 1 second longer to make a decision, and it showed, unfortunately, for him.
Now, we are obviously playing every McGregor in town this weekend, but before we get to the Scotland game, right, I want to ask you this. Boys, let's bring up the PSG graphic in terms of the ladies' PSG graphic, because you know what? You live in France. I don't know if you've heard about this, but there is a lady, right, called Aminata Diallo. I don't know if this has come across your feed yet.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Talk about competitive advantage.
Yeah. I mean, this.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. That is. So you've heard the story, huh?
Yeah, I've heard the story. I don't know of all the details, but basically took people on to attack her or something. She drove the getaway car, and it's a mess. It's a bad thing.
So how about this? Huh? Imagine this. They are PSG teammates, right? So Miss Diallo, if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, don't be shy to hit like. Let's see if we can get those likes up to 50 before we go. And then please do subscribe. But on screen, you're looking at Aminata Diallo on the left, and on the right, and I still can't get this name right. I mean, Keira Hamrai. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But the lady on the left is driving the getaway car, right, while two guys break the arm of the lady on the right. And they play in the same team, and they play for France together in the same position. Now, we're not suggesting anything. And James has broken news that Miss Diallo at this stage has been released, but the investigation continues. But how about this, dude? She drove the car.
Mate, it's tough. Competition is tough in sport these days. People need to do what they can. I mean, Diallo, is there some Italian in there? Surely it must be down from Sicily.
No, Diallo very much West African. Afro-Franc. The Diallo is a classic. I mean, isn't there a Portuguese Diallo guy as well? Single L though. He's one L.
He's also DJ Allo.
That's a whole different. Let's not get into this. We're just a sports show. We don't know anything, but.
DJ Allo.
Yeah, that's pretty progressive as well. Like aloe, good for your skin, good for your feet. By the way, Flip, these guys, James and Paolo, hate feet, which is such a weird thing. I don't really want to get into it. But yeah, so this story, have you ever been in a situation where somebody just makes a hit? Because, by the way, Karim Benzema, and I don't know if this is a French thing where you blackmail your own teammates or put your own teammates in a situation, but have you ever been in a situation where a teammate has hurt another teammate allegedly or that you guys know happened? Poodles.
Rugby is quite easy. I think rugby, if you have a little bit of a disagreement, you do every Tuesday, so there's a contact session, and you leave it up there on the field for everyone to see.
Yeah.
I haven't been in any particular situation where people try and sabotage each other. I think there was, like in the younger years, there was this type of situation where people would like be a little bit of tattletales, like you would go to the coach and say, "Well, I saw this guy in the club last night, and he probably shouldn't be playing this weekend," stuff like that. But no, other than that, I can't say that I actually been in this situation. But this is crazy, man.
This is
such
so
professional
bad.
people. I mean, yeah.
And look, I mean, can you imagine right now being the PR person for PSG, right? Because they are still dealing with a guy called Mauro Icardi on the male side who... so the Icardi story, for those of you who haven't heard it, and obviously, Flip, I don't know if you've heard, but Icardi...
apparently there's like rolling coverage of it in France.
Oh, really?
On the Icardi story, yeah. But also on Icardi, I mean, never mind just dealing with like, stars of the women team. Messi's causing problems because he's injured, hasn't been playing.
Yeah.
Goes to Argentina to be assessed by their doctors.
Yes.
And he's playing against Uruguay this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Leo Messi obviously got there and he said, "Hola amigos, I'm a Libby shopper, I play football." He said, "Football, I'm Leo Messi. Mama, come to practice, I'm playing football," let's say. And now, here's the real issue, right? Sergio Ramos has not shown for one training session and is just living his best life. And now they're having problems with him. And I mean, his wife, by the way, is a firecracker, right? Pilar Rubio. So now there's that power couple in town. And Ramos has not played a single game. And they are thinking of cancelling his contract. So they are on PR overdrive right now, those guys. Huh?
So what I'm hoping for is that the ideal scenario is that Poch has enough of this by the end of the season.
Yes.
And it just opens up all nicely. There's no way he gets a second season or puts up with the second season. It's an absolute clown show over there.
Although, having said that... Flip, not sure if you heard of a guy called Diego Maradona, right? Not sure if you heard of him.
Little guy.
Yeah, so the Argentine manager at the time, forget what his name is, there was one man who was sent to look after Maradona and room with him. His name, you guessed it, Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino's seen all of this. He's like, all right, this is classic. A little bit of trauma, obviously, for him. It's like, oh, I thought at 25 I was over this. No, you're not. No, you are not. It's all happening at PSG.
And you got to hope Neymar comes back because Brazil qualified for the World Cup yesterday. So they're on party time. And Neymar's not coming back in good condition.
Can we check also when is Neymar's sister's birthday? Has she already had it?
February.
Okay, so all right, Poch is all right till next year. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. All right, let's look forward to this weekend. We play the Scots. Jimbo, give us the starting lineup for this week. We want to get Flip's thoughts. All right, we got Jesse Creel, who has absolutely negative 1% body fat at 14. But Willie Leroux's back at 15. Creel at right wing. Mapimpi is at left wing. Giant Cheese retains his spot. It is Giant Cheese squared at 9 and 10. Herschel at 9, of course. Elton at 10. Damien Dialande, who is possibly Portuguese, that hasn't been confirmed. At number 13, I believe the best 13 currently going in World Rugby, Lucanio Am. In the pack, it's the same starting sort of front three in Che, Mbonambi, and Snakesman in Nyakane. At the left slot, it's Beth, the man whose biceps are the size of a baby. It's Mostert giving us that dynamism at 5 at the right lock position. Franco, listen, Smith had an incredible game fetching last week, by the way. Sia Kolisi as our skipper, and then at number 8. A man who's actually a transformer because his cauliflower ears have become ridiculous. Dwayne Vermeulen looks as good as ever. The physicality last week, Flip. Listen, I didn't think he still had the juice, I'll be honest with you. I thought he was going to get the Bobby Skinstad ride to another World Cup and basically captain the B team. But this guy he's unstoppable, this guy.
He's a machine. Dwayne is like really... I don't even want to imagine how it feels like getting up every morning. But the way he gets through the matches is just incredible. Another great team. I must say that front three of the Springboks, we probably must have the best front row. Even though our front row on the bench is probably the best front row as well in World Rugby.
Yeah. We've got first and first. We're going
to destroy them everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, first and second.
So what are you thinking there? Keep it physical again. Let Smith do the fetching for the scraps.
Definitely, I can see us dominating scrums lineup again. Also, I have to take my hat off for the coach, giving Franco Mostert and Jesse Creel the start on the 50 matches. Playing 50 matches, playing one test for the Springboks is a massive honor. Playing 50 is even bigger feat. And you do get coaches a lot in modern day rugby that they think too technically and they don't want to let a guy start. They're putting Lotte Jager on the bench, who had a massive game again last week. But doing little things like that really makes a player appreciate the coach and appreciate the team a little bit more. And that's a smooth move from Mr. Nienaber.
And
great point.
Yeah,
that's a really cool point. Yeah,
it's an awesome thing, hey? It's a little insight. I mean, it does help if you played for the Bulls dynasty and played for the Springboks. You kind of understand these things. Listen, before we go, I thought Kwagga was absolutely sensational. And when it was, as Fergie would say, squeaky bum time. Remember, he had that huge turnover from Wales where he ripped the ball, and that was I think 75th minute to basically ice the game, right?
Exactly. I think it will be there's a big matchup between Smith and Watson. Is his name? Also similar sized flanker for Scotland, which will be a great matchup between the two, because he's not only fetching the ball. Kwagga Smith plays an important role, but also protecting our ball from their fetches. He's there almost every ruck he's in there first and sealing that ball off and securing the position for us. So a very important matchup for that again. And then also, can we just speak about the effort of Khaleesi? That guy is an absolute machine. His captaincy, he's come on in leaps and bounds. And the way he ran over that line is going to be a super sport advert for the next 10 years. Oh, yeah. That's amazing, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, this is going to be awesome. So are you going with the same people again? Are you guys going on the bus again? Obviously, you'll be having refreshments, 6 or 7, I'd imagine, on the bus just to the hotel before you get there. It'll be light brown with a bit of foam on top. I mean, what time is it now in the UK? It's what is it? Is it 1 o'clock? By 3:30, you guys are on the 6th or 7th draft, surely.
Yeah. No. This weekend is more well behaved, doing a little PR work. Hanging around, having a little chat, where I get to watch the match, so I get to speak to some people, so very happy about the whole situation.
Whoa, wait a minute! A PR for the Bokke, for the Bulls, or who? Or can we say who?
No, for the stadium, Murrayfield. So doing for Murrayfield South. So they're doing a little Q&A in the morning. The kickoff is at 1 o'clock. On this side, so I have to be tomorrow morning 9 a.m. I have to be there already. So,
are you going to be on TV?
Bacon and egg. I don't. No. I do it behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Just
a little PR.
People coming to the lodges and stuff like that. So
I see. I see. They got the big guns in Big Cell. Yeah, he's Cambridge. There's that whole thing now.
Sealing the deal for next year again.
Let's go. No, I'm totally about that. Yeah. Flip, I hope you enjoy the rugby. Dude, you better be careful in that suit, because ladies in Scotland, I mean, guys are very pasty in Scotland. You are clearly South African looking. You probably just be careful, because I've been to Scotland. The dudes are very, very pasty and spindly there.
Probably ask me to protect something, or ask me if they can get into the bar.
Listen, do you know Duan Wandermerwe? Because he's Scottish now. He's probably Duan Wandermerwe. That's a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Do you know him? You ever spoken to him about basically betraying us?
I know his brother, Akker van der Merwe, the hooker that plays. He played for Transvaal, played for the Sharks.
Yes.
But that guy's doing well there. He's also taking no prisoners. Yeah, taking no prisoners. Unfortunately for him against Jesse Creel, so it will be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be the return of the Afrikaans boys. A rock meeting an immovable force. It's going to be awesome. Tracy Bard says, how about Frans Steyn though? An absolute legend. He's clearly loving rugby at the moment. I mean, he came on the pitch and looked like a 19-year-old. Just, that's sidestepping. He's obviously got a little bit more bulk on top now, but those legs are still moving, huh?
Yeah, he's doing great, the guy. He's enjoying it. It's just that kicks, and you can see it. He's the smile. He's smiling on the field. He's doing stuff, smiling on the field, enjoying his life. I mean, in the end, that's what the sport is about. It's just having a little bit of fun.
No big deal, but I know he went to your school, and I did play against him when he was a year below us. He was, I think, this size in grade 11, just a monster of a human being. And also, he's from the Eastern Cape, obviously, naturally. I mean, as a closer guy, France State, of course, he's going to be good. I'm just saying, I'm not... I'm just saying he is from Rhodes in the Eastern Cape. I'm not saying Xhosa people, which he is. I count him as one of us just because he's staying. He's Xhosa. He's a dude. He's a farmer. Wow.
He's integrated now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he's one of us. France saying, Flip, have an awesome weekend, man, and send us some photos. We'd love to, you deserve everything you're getting, and thank you for making the effort. Obviously, you're welcome for the table at the airport. That was all us.
Yeah, it's much better this week. I mean, at the table, everything. People are more well behaved. Yeah.
We're professional. Flip, have the time of your life, my brother. I really, really appreciate you, and that November is spectacular. All right. Enjoy the rugby.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
That guy Lee looks like he's on his way to do something serious.
He's both a Bond villain and James Bond at the same time.
I don't think I can put it better.
Housewives' favourite, Flip van der Merwe.
He really is.
Before we sign off, Valentino Rossi, last race this weekend.
Ever.
He's retiring. He's done. The Doctor, Spanish Grand Prix MotoGP superstar, breakout star. And check that out. Spanish Grand Prix, I think it's Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Watch the Formula One, the Springboks. It's a good weekend. There's lots on. Valentino Rossi.
Yeah.
As Paolo mentioned that, Ryan started throwing a whole bunch of gang signs.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because
he was doing this. He was going Valentino Rossi.
Yeah, that's the V. He is a doctor. Listen, I'll tell you why. You're from the West Rand. There's a guy called Brad Binder. They can't tell you enough now. He's from Devilsdorp. So Brad.
Where's my sister's neighbor?
Whoa.
For a while.
Hold on.
I know we got to wrap up.
No, we don't. Sorry, your sister lived next to Brad Binder.
Across the road.
Was that it near the Devilsdorp?
Yeah.
And he has a mansion now, eh? He bought like the 3 plots around him just so he could build a garage to buy his dad cars.
Well, when you
I found the place he stayed in was a little small. I mean, it was massive, but I felt that's a little bit small. So that
get a plot,
To get a plot, that's the next progression.
Well, he needs listen. If I lived
saw him one day with a bike.
No, well, the thing is, I mean, all the money his parents use.
We can't hear you. We don't know what's happened there.
Can you hear me now?
This is like the worst Zoom call ever.
Can you hear me now?
Anyway,
I can hear him. He's trying to cast aspersions about maybe Brad Binder's parents bought his success.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
This is kind of the gist of what's happening.
No. Can you hear me now? No, I'm saying he's repaying his parents because his parents literally gave up everything.
He's repaying his parents because his parents gave up everything.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite the opposite.
No, he's getting an aircraft hangar for them to live in.
So Ryan's actually been very polite.
No, he has been very polite. Listen.
But anyway, I'm not talking about Brad Binder. I'm talking about flipping Valentino Rossi.
Yeah, I mean, just get over it. I know the guy's South African, but maybe he took the devil to MotoGP. Listen to the great one. He is great. He's a superstar.
Remember the time he went to pee during the race?
I do remember that.
Something went to pee.
And he still wears the loop earring.
He's nuts.
He still wears the loop earring.
He's so bonkers.
I love him. And then
Sports need characters. Sportsmen are boring.
So to Valentino Rossi, you need to do nothing more for us. You have given everything to us. And now we are done. And now you are done. Your watch has come to an end. Shout out to Game of Thrones fans. You know what he's saying. What I'm saying is, he's he's an all-timer. We may never see another one like him again. So enjoy greatness while it's around. It is very, very rare. Paulo Diaz, have a great weekend. Man United are off, so you can actually enjoy your weekend.
Portugal might qualify for the World Cup on Sunday.
So here we go. I mean, it's actually the
top of the group, no playoffs, so hoping for that.
No big deal. Paulo, you're awesome. To you at home, ladies and gentlemen, my name is MKT. It is an absolute pleasure and an honor to have you with us every single day, so it's been awesome. But for now, we are the hell out of here.